Rhizobium. Because of this mutual understanding, they are said to be symbiotants. What it is said to be? Symbiotants. And one more is called as parasites. What does mean by parasite? They depend upon other organisms completely and they are destroying and giving harmness to the host cell. Giving harmness to the host cell. So they will be, what it is, they will be start to grow multiple and getting food from the host organism and giving trouble to them. For example, Vibrio cholerae, and Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So these are some of the bacteria which live in the host animals, which live in the host cell of the host animals and giving disease for them. So Vibrio cholerae will providing the cholera disease and Mycobacterium tuberculosis causing TB. So such mode of nutrition is called as parasitic mode of nutrition. Children, up to this clear? So saprophytic heterotrophs means the getting food material from other organisms. That is called as heterotrophs. This heterotrophs is further divided into saprophytes, symbiotants and parasites. And again, once again, nutrition of the bacteria. What we are learning? Bacterial nutrition of bacteria. So the bacteria is doing two mode of nutrition, autotroph and heterotroph. Autotroph is two types, photoautotrophic and chemoautotrophic. And photoautotrophic means preparing own food by means of sunlight, carbon dioxide and pigment of bacteria. Along with that, some hydrogen donor cells are involved here. And by means of this reaction, it getting food and preparing their own food and also getting the energy. So this is, and byproduct is here sulfur and what chemical which is donating here, that byproduct will be produced here. So that is called as photoautotrophic. And chemoautotrophic, some iron bacteria also involving here for producing, converting some chemical reactions and thereby getting energy. So that is called as chemoautotrophic. And next heterotrophic also we learned in detail. Children, is it clear? This is about the nutrition of bacteria. Let us learn about the economic importance of bacteria. So let us learn the economic importance of bacteria. So let us learn about the economic importance of bacteria. So in that we are going to learn about some 4 kinds of bacterial varieties. So first one, we are going to learn about, so these microorganisms are more when compared with the macroorganisms. For example, so in the world, so maximum of the area is covered by microorganisms. Are you agreeing this or not? So suppose in our body we having trillions of cells, then it will be occupied by the bacteria as hundreds or thousand trillions in our body. So this is the ratio between the that is macroorganisms and the microbes. So a this was single pen tip. So small pen tip, no, you know the pen tips, no, that pen tip will be having thousands and millions of microorganisms. So this is water, and maximum of them causing diseases and some of them causing benefits. So if you are taking economic importance means we are learning detailedly about the uses and harmful benefit of the that is useful benefit and harmful effect of the bacteria. Let's learn some classification of these bacteria based on the economic importance, and then we will learn about the economic uses of bacteria. So first one, let us take Archaebacteria. Already we learned in domains, 3 domains. What are the 3 domains? Archaebacteria, eubacteria and bacteria. So 3 bacteria is again classified. The prokaryotic is further